Hello everyone, I'm Miss Linda with the Morton Mandan Public Library. This is the first in our summer series of fairy tale science. And they're going to be fairy tale challenges, a new fairy tale science challenge for each week that you join us. So today's fairy tale science is based on the story Jack and the Beanstalk. And so I wanted to show you what I have put together. Gardening is one of my favorite things to do, flowers, vegetables, and so on. So what we did for our Jack and the Beanstalk Science Challenge is we started some beans, and I wanted to challenge all of you at home to make a beanstalk or grow a beanstalk for Jack that will climb all the way up to his castle, the castle in the sky, so he can catch the goose who lays the golden egg and escape the giant. So think about it a minute. What would I need to do to create a beanstalk for Jack to climb down when he is returning with the golden goose, or the goose who lays the golden egg? Let's get our fairy tales correct. So here's what we did to start our beans. Of course, we started with a seed, and if you've used bean seeds before, you know that they are just little brown seeds such as that. So we took our seeds and we started them indoors, and it was very fun to do this, to see our beans grow. Take a Ziploc plastic bag, a paper towel, a bean seed, and we're going to get that paper towel wet. So I'm going to do it over top of my pot, so if I spill the water, there we go. We're going to get our paper towel soaking wet, and then we are going to fold it into a little square. I did not misplace my bean seed. We're going to put it in a little square that will fit inside of our plastic bag. And putting it inside there, we're ready to add our bean seed. And you can do more than one in a bag, but we're just going to put one in there right now, as you can see. And then we are going to zip it up. So we have a really wet paper towel inside of a plastic bag, Ziploc bag, zip it up, and we're going to wait a few days, and we're going to be able to watch our bean seed germinate, and it will start to sprout, and soon you will have a bean plant ready to plant. And that's what we did, and I'm going to show you ours, because here's mine. Look at that. I already have a sprout that is big enough and ready to be transplanted outdoors in my garden or in a pot, because beans do very well in pots as well. So there's mine, and I wanted to show you Isabella's. Hers is really ready to plant. Look at that. It is all the way, it curled around and is all the way at the top of her plastic bag already. So she's very proud of that as well. And Annie, here's Annie. Hers are little and just starting out, so they are curly and very small. So hers are ready as well. And so then what we're going to do, now that we have them ready, I'm going to put Annie's and Bella's back in the box here because they want to plant their own. But I'm going to go ahead and plant mine. So when you're ready to plant, you'll need a pot, of course, or a spot in the garden. So I have my pot all ready to go. Can you? Nope. You need to sit over there or sit down right here if you want to. And so then I'm going to loosen up my soil. Make sure it's nice and loose in there. This is good potting soil. So potting soil has fertilizer in it already. And ooh, I love that smell. There's nothing more fun, for me anyway, than putting my hands in that soil. Once we have the soil ready to go, we are going to open our bag. This is the one that will be ready next week. These only took about 1 week before they were this large, so I think that's really fun. Now this part you need to be very careful when you're removing it from the bag. So you're going to want to just pull the whole paper towel out and get that bean sprout out. Okay? And then you're going to carefully lift it off of the paper towel because it's going to be stuck to the paper towel a little bit. The roots are very important. The towel will disintegrate in the ground, basically. So I would rather put a little bit of paper towel into the dirt than to ruin my roots. And so you can see there's a nice little root system growing there and a nice little bean sprout already started. So I'm ready to put this in the ground, and I'm just going to make a hole with my hand. You could use your shovel as well, but I like to dig my fingers in there. Get a little closer here. I'll just stick it right in there like this. So my little bean is now in my pot, and there is Jack's beanstalk ready to go. And once it's in there, you're going to want to water it right away. Get the ground or the dirt nice and wet. You don't want to soak it too much, but especially with pots, when you're potting, you want to make sure you're watering them on a regular basis. If you have them outside, they're going to dry out a lot faster than if you have them in the house. So we're just going to pat the dirt down a little bit around the outside of that bean. I hope you like to get dirty, because I sure do. So my hands are good and dirty. The bean is in the ground or in the pot, but make sure you check on it every day to make sure the soil should be damp to the touch. If it's not damp, then you'll want to add a little bit of water to it, but water it every day and put it in a sunny spot where it can grow. And then to finish it off for our Jack and the Beanstalk theme, we also want to add a little decoration and give it something for the bean to grow up. So here's our castle. I just found a printed copy of a castle off of the internet, and I printed out my own picture of a castle and colored it and cut it out. Or you could just draw one as well. And then I added some cotton to the bottom here, or you can add either cotton or you can add stuffing from a stuffed animal or a project that you had before. If you had some leftover pillow stuffing, you could add that to it. And we're just going to stick it right in here, right above our beanstalk, so that as soon as that beanstalk is, here we go, as soon as that bean starts growing, it will have something to climb up. And of course you can use taller dowels as well, because this will get pretty high. These bean plants grow to be a pretty good size, but they like to be able to climb on something too. So that's our fairy tale science project for this week. I challenge all of you to grow a beanstalk for Jack and his goose that lays the golden egg. Have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.